All right, everybody, welcome to Overwatch League. Our first match of the season. This is going to be group of Overwatch nerds, don't worry about that acronym, and Phantom Sharks, I guess, up against each other for the first round. The first and second seeded teams, although technically at this point in time it's mostly random. Golden Goose goes down early on the Lucio. Already looking a little bit rough for group of Overwatch nerds. By the way, I did have to expand the graphic to be able to fit their name. I might try to figure something else out, but I also can't really abbreviate it. Yeah, we'll go over the teams, the tournament format, everything else, and the downtime between the matches. But for now, all you need to know is both teams are competing to win this first match, and it looks like Molten's in a bit of a tough spot. Ramsey able to put enough pressure onto him and ends up going down, forcing Overwatch nerds to back off a little bit. Oh, Burned Wallen in a bit of trouble. Goes down to Ramsey, the aggressive Reinhardt over there. A bit of a tough spot too. Unable to get back up to the rest of their team. But Molten is going to be back, and Genji will be back pretty quickly, so they're going to be able to formulate a push onto the point once more. Aggressive charge from Ramsey. That is going to section him off with the rest of his team, though. And he will be punished for that. And with a couple of picks from the group of Overwatch nerds, I think this is going to be a point capture for them. Rufal trying to make a mad escape goes down. Mega 10 unable to get out. And that's going to be a bit of a rough stagger, although the group wave did help out there. Oh, huge shatter. Aggressive shatter from Ramsey. I'm not sure if that got anybody. Ultimates are coming out left and right. I can't really list them all off, but you can look at the top and see them. One person went down through all of that. Golden Goose as well, catching a stray. Both supports for both teams down. Both main supports. Ramsey's going to be rotating out, taking another aggressive position, but I think likewise to last time, not going to have the help of his team there, and it's going to cause him to go down. Mega 10 building that beam. High-powered Sim Beam is very scary, so Beat's going to come out from Golden Goose to counter that. Rupal's going to be using the Sojourn ultimate Overclock, trying to force Molten back out, and with that, group of Overwatch nerds push is going to come to an end, and that is going to probably be the conclusion of the first round, unless they're able to make a miracle touch here. Burns Walnut does come in for the touch, barely getting on time, but he is alone on point and is going to be taken down by the rest of their team. Ramsey over here cleaning up everyone else in the choke, and that's going to be 1 point towards group of Overwatch nerds for this matchup. Alright, I did say I was going to be going over some of the rules for this tournament, and I was not lying. So, this tournament is going to... We're in the Switch stages right now, which effectively is placing each team in a sort of ranked format that will allow the bracket to be made later. So, currently we're sitting in a best-of-5 match. The first map is Control, and losing team picks all the other game modes. There are map bans in place as well, so... Yeah, if Phantom Sharks is able to continue on and win this map, they will have a 1-up lead against group of Overwatch nerds. Golden Goose, though, able to get out alive. Looks like Molten was able to get Ramsey off the map. Another kill onto Mega 10, but Lucio Boop was just a distraction. And Molten followed up with the Doomfist. Ramsey onto Doomfist as well. Looks like both players have reached a sort of consensus to this hero. Oh, Molten with a punch in. Gets a stray slam onto Meow, but definitely not planning for that. Oh. Golden Goose does not get knocked off the side. Ramsey does actually end up going down from that commitment as well. Fortunately, their team was a little bit further back than they expected, I believe. Rufo with a bit of poke, but Igniter also with a bit of poke and ends up picking off Meow, which is going to be a pretty bad stagger for Phantom Shards. They're going to have to regroup with a good amount of percentage on the scoreboard for group of Overwatch teams. Alright, Rufo and Thunder coming back around. Ramsey's going to join them in the back there. Rufo looking for that shot, but gets pushed away. Molten is able to get 2 with that punch, just going straight into the back line and taking out both the main support and DPS of Phantom Shards. And I believe that's going to be it for this fight, unless... Yeah, Molten's just going to be cleaning up over here. Meow, unfortunately, with nowhere to run. And using that... Oh, almost gets that charge on the punch. Fortunately, there's not really a downside to doing that. We're going to be looking at a lot of ultimates coming online now. Those are going to start to come out. Overclock, perchance, probably Kitsune into the fight from Serendipity. If they're able to use that, then yeah. They have a 1-up on supports on Phantom Shards, and that's definitely going to show itself here, because Thunder is not able to rally, and Meow is not able to use Orbital Ray to kind of counter that. That being said, Meow is able to get on point to touch. Burned Wall not able to finish that kill off, but yeah, that's not going to be enough from Phantom Shards, and Group of Overwatch is going to come back to tie this round up. 1-1. My bad. I read the top of the screen. So yeah, top of the screen is overall score. Again, once any of these teams reaches 3, they win. So first to 3, best of 5.
You haven't slept.
Yeah. Was up last night, thinking about who we used to be.
I try to focus on the good times.
Hey, yeah. We did have some of those.
All right. Next match. Yeah, we are on Lijiang Tower, by the way, which is kind of the competitive staple for first control map pick. Really anything else. Molten on the Reinhardt is probably going to have a little bit of trouble against Ramsey on the Orisa. And depending on how much he gets bullied around, might be switching in the Mei. Definitely opting for a more traditional composition, except for the Junkrat. We can focus on that. Putting a lot of pressure on the players. Group of Overwatch barely gets out though. Bird Walnut's gonna commit in and, or not even. I think Megaton just poked, just got like a random hit off. Molten fighting for his life here. Barrier down. Still, almost able to get the kill on the Brig. Still able to hold his own here. Oh my god. Wow. Molten with a phenomenal play there. Able to use that outdoor area to section himself off and stay alive. And also managing to find a kill in the process. Also great on the supports from Group of Overwatch nerds to keep him alive through all that. Megaton's going to come back to try to make a last effort, but only ends up stalling the point out for a little bit longer. Phantom Charge does have 33% on the point, but that's going to be very quickly equaled by Group of Overwatch nerds if they don't do something quickly. Oh, the wall comes out from the Mei, and oh, Suzu! Wow, Molten makes it out alive out of that. Has Shatter too, so that could be huge. Using Charge to kind of pin out. Unfortunately, that Tire's gonna find him. I was surprised Molten even lived that long because that Blizzard was very deadly. Yeah, the pin out didn't work because there was a wall there, but Serendipity was able to use Suzu to get him out. A lot of commitment, though, from Phantom Shards, I will say. Which means that Group of Overwatch is going to have a huge resource advantage going into this fight. They're starting that off with Kitsune a little far back, but it's still going to allow... Oh, that's really unlucky. A perfect wall placement by Rufel. No time by Igniter or the rest of his team to react and knock it down. Brilliant shatter from Molten though, and with basically all of Phantom Shards knocked down, they're not going to be able to do anything to fight back against that. It's looking like a very close match for this last round. Molten tries to pin in, gets stopped by a little shelf, but fortunately Igniter there to clean up and get one last kill off on Megaten. Alright. And with those two encounters, the ultimate economy is looking pretty even for both sides. We'll see what Burn Walnut is able to do with this Dragon Blade. It might be a little bit hard given the lineup of the opposing team, because they have a lot of characters who are very good at avoiding those sorts of things. Burn Walnut tries to run away, looking really low on HP, and I don't think they're going to make it out. But neither is the rest of their team. And that's going to be a team kill onto Group of Overwatch nerds. Molten onto the Zarya. Interesting. I did mention that he might be switching off later, and I guess this is what we're seeing here. A lot of CC and unable to make it out of that wall. Unfortunately, yeah, Golden Goose was down. Oh, another swap onto the ball. I'm assuming that's just a touch. Blade comes out from Burned Walnut, mostly just to touch point though. Serendipity, unfortunately, is dead. Going into this last fight, Burned Walnut trying to find someone to dash into, but unfortunately difficult given that there's not much of a, team around him anymore because so many of them are dead now. Molten just trying to touch here, but it's going to be a lot preventing him from doing that, and Group of Overwatchers is not going to be able to make that touch. A 2-1 victory for Phantom Shards, although a very close round, I must say. There were a lot of moments there where it felt like it could go either way, and I think that that last fight was... Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful by Molten there. Alright, let's look at the teams. Shall we? Awesome. Perfect. Okay, Team 1 in this tournament is going to be Group of Overwatch Nerds. Molten's going to be on the tank. We have Igniter and Burn Walnut on DPS, and Serendipity and Golden Goose are going to be on support. So that's the lineup that we're going to have for that team. A few really strong players here. Igniter is on the school's Division 1 team, and Molten is a honorary member of our club who is very proficient at tank. And yeah, we can go ahead and look at Team 2 now. The Phantom Shards, which is I didn't make the name. Ramsey on the tank. Played with them last time we did this actually. So if you're returning from the Overwatch Spring Showdown, this is basically that, but but in the fall, not in the spring. We're gonna do this every year starting in the fall, which kind of puts it in line with the League of Legends and Valorant tournaments that the in-houses that they do, which will be really fun, I think. All right. The other players on this team are going to be Rufel, who is a Division 1 player, Thunder, who is also a Division 1 player, Megaten, who is Thunder's brother, and Meow. I don't know too much about Meow, but these are some pretty strong players. So, yeah, also say hi to your president, Thunder, or he will be mad or something. I don't really know, actually. He'll be fine. But yeah, I guess that's it for me to say for teams. Every team has 5 players. One kind of has 6, but that's a little bit complicated. So that's what we're gonna see. We can go ahead to the rounds. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. Phantom Shards has taken the first map, 1-2 on Lijiang Tower. And again, the losing team gets to pick the second map, the second game mode and map. It looks like the game mode pick is going to be Escort, which I will update now. We'll see what they pick. A Circuit Royale is going to be the second map in the series, and we are going to see that. Circuit Royale is a map very famous for its long sight lines, and it's heavy bias towards poke. So I'm praying we get a Widow duel, is what I'm saying there, basically. I think it'd be really fun to have something like that going on. Because ultimately, this is a very casual tournament. There are prizes involved, but everyone's here just to have fun. So I like it when everyone's able to do that and, you know, just goof around a little bit. Alright, headed back into the game. Okay, I'm actually gonna make a quick change to my overlay. 1 second. Alright. Oh. I trapped myself in here. This is awesome. Okay, whatever. What? Okay, that better stop. I don't know why it showed me that. Those notifications like 10 times in a row. Never seen that before. Indie game, by the way. Pulling out onto Circuit Royale. The first team attacking is going to be Phantom Sharts. Ramsey's going to be on the Reinhardt. More traditional poke style composition from group of Overwatch nerds. That might work in their favor. For now, we have a Widow duel to focus on. Igniter versus Rufel. You know, Igniter, not sure where Rufel's going to be coming from. The Sombra comes out from behind. Gets poked out, though. Mega 10 is going to be getting very low here. Eventually goes down to Burned Walnut, who is going to be able to find that pick. Ramsey gets Serendipity, actually, unfortunately, but I think overcommitted himself, and it's going to be a trade. Probably in favor of Overwatch nerds. Almost a kill from Igniter onto Rufel, but not quite, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and spectate the attacking Widow. Oh, gets absolutely eviscerated by Igniter. Unfortunately, Rufel has lost the Widow duel, which means that, you know, with any luck from the group of Overwatch nerds, the Phantom Sharts are going to have to give up on this push and back up and recuperate. Another pin in from Ramsey. Very aggressive Rhine play, but I guess that's what you need going into a poke. You have to close that distance quickly so you don't, you know. Mega 10 tries to TP out, but doesn't quite get it. Okay. Oh, okay. I see you, Igniter. Rufel, I'm just saying that, has become a little bit worried for their own, you know, safety. Ramsey barely getting out there at the end, back to the rest of their team. Igniter still has a little bit of sights up, but they're going to have to back up. Some very nice shots from Igniter, completely shutting down that last push from Phantom Sharts. And, you know, a little bit of egoing from Igniter there as well. Quick shield goes up, saves him there. Mega 10 able to escape. Alright, Molten's going to be using the Gravitic Flux. Yeah, that's what it's called. On Sigma. Unable to really get any value out of it. But the June ultimate is going to come out from Phantom Sharts. Alright, and I think we're entering that point of the fights when everyone starts using all of their ults at the same time. A lot of... Oh, okay! Burned Walnut with the 3k blade? Not gonna lie, I couldn't really follow what was going on my screen there, but it worked out for the group of Overwatch nerds, certainly. And Phantom Sharts is going to have a couple more fights to push it past the second checkpoint. Very nice plays. We're getting a lot of fun moments out of this already. I'm excited. Alright, ultimates coming up are going to be Orbital Array from the group of Overwatch nerds. But Phantom Sharts have a couple high value ones as well. If they're able to land a good Shatter, which it looks like they are, right? That's going to take out, yeah, and the EMP just to secure things. That's going to be the point for them. Not a team kill because Igniter is still over there, but Ramsey is on the attack, and it looks like Mega 10 is also going to be with him. Okay, a little bit of the hammer spin from Ramsey. Right, right, right. And we're going to be moving on to the second point. Phantom Shards managed to cap it before their time runs out. Alright, Molten holding this corner on the Sigma. Golden Goose ends up going down to Roofle. I believe Roofle's pretty far back, so that's just a bit of, you know, free poke damage. Although my guess is that the Sombra was there distracting them to kind of facilitate that. Speaking of the Sombra, let's focus on that for a little bit. Megaton in the back line of group of Overwatch nerds. Trying to find someone to focus down. Ends up picking the Juno from this little corner. Does miss. This is... Oh. Oh. Bird Walnut's going to be getting out there. Sorry, I was expecting that one thing. My brain only has space for one thing at a time. Oh, all of that chaos. Only one person ended up dying, but all of that chaos ends up allowing Phantom Shards to capture this point. I don't know if I would call that a C9, but I wouldn't really argue with you if you did. Bit of an unfortunate occurrence, really. Not that Phantom Shards were necessarily winning. Oh my god! Ramsey! What was that? The Reinhardt jump scare goes crazy. Bro, I'm okay. I wish I got that from Ramsey's perspective, but I'm also kind of happy getting it from Molten's perspective. Because that was just absolute chaos. Ramsey in a crazy position here. Goes for the pin onto Molten, but yeah. Unfortunately, a little bit too much movement from Molten's side. Molten is putting themselves in a bit of a dangerous position here. Suzu comes out. Oh, we're going to Ultimate Fest again. Oh, wow. Igniter with the 2k, and Burned Walnut with another 2k with the Blade. Yeah, Ultimate's used there. I believe Phantom Shards committed their EMP, but Group of Overwatch nerds committed both their... Or all three their Cassidy ult, their High Noon, their Kitsune, and their Dragon Blade. Which is going to make things a little bit rough. Group of Overwatch nerds going into this. They're going to want to build Orbit Array as quickly as they can so they can have it going into this next fight. And perhaps try to counter Roofle's funny freezy thingy. That Blizzard is what that's called. Roof's going to attempt a wall in the back line there. Looking for a good opportunity to kind of get everyone grouped together and freeze them off. Going to throw it in there because Molten ends up using cooldowns, but unfortunately the pillar is going to save a lot of them. Being able to block off those sight lines. Orbital Ray comes out from Serendipity, and I think that's going to be enough for a group of Overwatch nerds to kind of hold this last point. For Molten taking an aggressive position. Oh my god! Molten with the crazy punch to follow it up. And yeah, that's going to close out that fight. Depending on how long this next fight goes, Phantom Shards are really only going to have one opportunity to make this last and final push. So I can see this going either way. Molten with a charged punch, going to see if he can figure out a way to use that most effectively. Ends up using it straight into the payload, that's okay. Gets it again. Barely uses Meteor Strike in time. Takes a very aggressive position into the team. Igniter with a very nice High Noon. Basically straight from across the map. And because of that, it was very hard to counter him from Phantom Shard's perspective. And that's gonna, I think, be enough. All of that chaos that caused is going to be enough to allow Group of Overwatch nerds to hold this point in the end. Very well played by both teams, but in the end, the victory does go... okay. Let me rephrase that, my bad. In the end, Group of Overwatch nerds are able to hold Phantom Shards just before they capture the last point. If you are unfamiliar with Overwatch, what this means is Group of Overwatch nerds now has an opportunity to win it right here if they are able to push the payload to where it was left off by Phantom Shards, which is right about here. If they're able to get to that point, they win this round. And now it is their turn to attack. They're going to... It looks like Phantom Shards is going to start off on a Ramatra composition. Probably opting for kind of a poke-based solution, but, you know, with the ability to take upfront brawls if needed. Molten still has to pick a hero. I'm unsure what they're going to look like. They're going for a more dive-based composition. That makes sense given their DPS and support lineup. Molten on the Winston. We'll see how that works out for them. Dive is a very coordination-based composition. So it's showing me notifications again. Okay. Yeah, Dive is a very... Is it because I'm swapping between characters? I think it is. Anyways, Dive is a very coordination-based composition, which means that group of Overwatchers is really going to have to coordinate who they're attacking. And all these teams are playing with each other for the first or second time. So we'll see how that ends up working out. I'm very curious to see how well they can handle something like Dive. From both sides, actually. Alright, Molten just kind of getting payload space here, looking for an opportunity to dive in with that bubble and cause some disruption. Yeah, I mean, as long as they can just keep pushing the payload, they don't really need to take any engagements. This is going to be a lot of payload space, and I think they can almost get it to the end without any sort of, with only one fight. Ramsey uses Form, but that's going to kind of allow Molten to dive in there, although Molten does get pushed out by the backline. Both teams doing a great job of peeling and kiting as the opposing tank pushes into them. Not much space has been made at this point. Molten with a couple of stray shots into the enemy team. It's hard to dive into this backline. There's so many opportunities for them to completely nullify your push, you know. Judo can run away, Brig can bash, you can cast stun. Brig can also do that. You got Mei, who's a huge pain. Meow is... Oh, ultimate's coming out. Igniter is duplicating Ramatra. Probably gonna get this ultimate really quickly. Not able to push the button though. Unfortunately dies just before it, and that's gonna be really good for Phantom Shards, denying them that ability. Kitsune comes out from Golden Goose, gets walled off, but they're able to waltz around it. A couple of nice shots from Golden Goose, and a lot of pressure from the rest of the team is going to push Phantom Shards back around this corner. They're going to be missing their tank here, and they're going to try to stay alive until the tank gets back, but if Overwatch is able to push this, then they might not have that ability. Rupel's going to be going in and using Blizzard. Megaten also using his ultimate. Deadeye, able to get a pick onto Serendipity. And Molten's gonna follow after that, so unfortunately not a push all the way to the checkpoint for a group of Overwatch nerds. But still a lot of really good progress made, and if they're able to win one more fight, then they do get this point. They've got a lot of really high-value ultimates coming out, I will say. Orbital Ray, obviously, but Burn Walnut has also been very proficient with the blades, getting a lot of value out of those. So we'll see that Copy is back online for Igniter, and Molten is able to commit a lot further in now that he has the Rage thingy. We're probably going to see that right now. Yeah, a lot of abilities coming out. Phantom Shards tried to counter with their own Rally and Annihilation, and it looks like... Yeah. Okay. A couple of remaining members from Phantom Shards stay alive, but they're not able to contest the payload. They're just going to be running away, so... Group of Overwatch nerds gets a little bit of time added to their time bank, and they're going to be able to make a push for second tank. Ultimate economy looking very similar for both teams. I'm going to guess we see Orbital Ray coming out from Meow here. Unless they're able to get an opening pick, and... Oh my god, Ramsey. Unless Ramsey's able to do that. my goat. Ramsey with 3 kills with Ramatcha form. We all know how deadly that can be at close range. Igniter onto the Widowmaker. Going to try to find some early picks to open this fight up, but does have to be a little bit careful because a lot of opportunities to get suddenly decimated. Ramsey's gonna have to pop form to stay alive, and that's going to allow Molten to kind of dive in and take a much more aggressive position. Able to already get a pick onto Mega 10 and continue their tirade onto the backline. Someone just like disappeared from my screen. I don't know what that was about, but a lot of these fights seem to have just been single pick, rest of the team runs away, which is a smart way to play. But surprising it's not snowballing that much. Golden Goose with the Kitsune out to try to push in. High Noon comes out from Mega 10 to try to force them back a little bit, and Phantom Shards also still has a lot of other abilities in their Serendipity was kind of just sitting there for the longest time. Blizzard comes out from Roofle, and with that, it looks like Phantom Shards are going to take that team fight. With a couple of more ultimates, it took 3 committed from them. They still have Brig Rally and Annihilation more, which are 2 very good ultimates at, you know, creating longevity. So they'll have a lot of sustain going into this next fight, which might be good considering they'll have, you know, Widow Sights, Genji Blade, and Orbital Ray to face off against. Speaking of sights, Niter is going to pop that early going into the fight to get a kind of purchase on where everyone is. Going for an air shot here, does not get any picks with it, unfortunately. And it's going to take a bit of an aggressive angle here. Doesn't get the kill onto Mega 10. Almost does, though. Ooh, Burned Walnut in a scary position here. Has to dash out to get healing. Molten is going to be diving in. It looks like they're going to be taking a lot of damage, but still making it out alive. Annihilation comes out from Ramsey, pushing all of the cooldowns that had to be used to keep Molten alive. And with that, I think the backline of Overwatch Nurse is not going to be able to survive, and that's going to be the end of their push. Molten's going to be trying to run away, but unfortunately, there's too much working against him, and he's not going to be able to make that move. Again, well played from both teams. Same score as last time. Overwatch Nurse with 1, and Phantom Shards with 0. You get to see that Annihilation again by Ramsey. That allowed Phantom Shards to win that map. Alright, and with that, that last map is going to go to Phantom Shards, which means... yeah, so as they're discussing, and you can't see the match chat right now, but they're discussing the format. The format is 1st to 3. So Phantom Shards only has to win 1 more to take this home. I'm hoping for a not 3-0, 3 Overwatch, but who knows? We'll see. Could be. All right. Yeah, looking pretty evenly matched, though, I will say. I'm glad to see these teams able to head up against each other like that. And some good plays from a lot of players. It's been really fun. All right. Okay. Well, all right. The next game, it looks like it's going to be hybrid. So this is going to be called by Group of Overwatch because they did lose the last match. I forgot to mention that last time, but same concept applies. What follows is then Phantom Shards is going to be able to choose a ban. So the Clash, Push, and Flashpoint modes don't have bans enacted because there are so few maps in the pool. But all the other modes are going to the team that does not pick the game mode is able to ban a map before the team that picks the game mode is able to make their decision. So it looks like the ban is going to come into Paraiso, which, you know, I can't really blame them for that. That is such a real decision. I don't really know anyone who's a huge fan of that map. And that means that the map we're going to is going to be Eichenwald. I love Eichenwald. Eichenwald's a good map. I'm glad with that pick. Yeah, I think Eichenwald is up there with King's Row for me personally. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so we're going to be heading into this next match very shortly. Alright, by the way, if anyone is watching this live stream and would like to help out with casting, that'd be awesome, because all of my co-casters are in these matches. So I'm kind of sitting all in here. That being said, I'm fine doing it on my own. It's just a little hard sometimes. Alright, with that, we are going to be headed into the match. Going into Eichenwald. Alright, again, Phantom Sharks currently at 2. This is a 1-to-3 tournament, which means if they're able to take one more map home, they secure the victory and get extra points towards them in the seeding algorithms. So we'll see if they're able to do that. They're going to have first push, which means that the first thing they have to do is capture this checkpoint, and then they're going to be moving that payload all the way into the end of the route inside this big castle over there. So that's their mission. Ramsey's going to be on... Oh, thank God. I was about to slander someone. Molten's going to be on the Roadhog. Love to see it. I think that's definitely their most comfortable tank. That's what I see them... That's what I put them as on the graphic. I'm going to back up a little bit there. Molten able to kill Rufo with the trap laid out. Rufo probably just wasn't expecting that ability to be there. Yeah, Ramsey pins in there. Able to get out. Kind of. Maybe. Almost gets a pick there, actually. Crazy play by Ramsey, hiding in the back line, and Molten with the hook onto Rufo. Molten definitely feeling in his element here, playing Roadhog. Yeah, I can't help honestly, but feel a little bit bad for the Phantom, or for the group of, sorry, for the Phantom Sharks, because this team from Group of Overwatch Nerds is looking a little rough for whoever's against them. That comes out from Megaten, which is actually going to save, I believe, Rufo. It was from the hook. Maybe it was Meow. Someone from the hook. Someone's going to try to find another one. Unable to get it. Megaten is going to be going in with that EMP, looking for a good place to put it. Igniter using the tire first, and going to get a good pick onto Meow. And with all that space, Group of Overwatch Nerds is going to be able to push back Phantom Sharks yet again. Making a final push onto Thunder here. Molten's not going to commit that far though, because he knows the rest of the team is coming back. And Thunder able to flash the shield quickly enough to prevent that from happening. A little bit of a space-making ultimate from Molten here. Not going to be able to do much, considering it's pretty far up and there's a lot of cooldowns. Wow, Ramsey just melted. That hog hook was brutal. Yeah, with the hog hooks from Molten and the rest of his team following up, you have Junkrat, you have Pharah, you have, you know... That's just like... I mean, even playing Orisa, who has a pretty large health pool, you're dead. Alright, EMP comes out from Megaten. Molten gonna be nanoed to save his own life. Serendipity does go down in the process though. And yeah, Molten's gonna be antied, and I think that's going to be it for the group of Overwatch nerds. That EMP definitely did a number to them, because a lot of Roadhog survivability hinges on access to that take a breather. And, you know, eliminating that as an option kind of caused them to panic. And Molten is going to use this as an opportunity to switch onto the Doomfist. Ramsey's gonna switch back to the Orisa though. I think Molten's not gonna be pleased about. Alright, aggressive on angle from Thunder. You know, I guess don't expect any less from him. Rufo's gonna get really low with all this dynamite, but that aggressive angle from Thunder is actually gonna let him heal up her, which is, you know, pretty convenient. Igniter doing a really good job putting pressure on the backline of Phantom Shards, who are, by the way, going to be coming up around this side angle. Unfortunately, not all together, which is going to cause Meow and Rufo to be picked off pretty early on into the fight. Megaton is going to go down, and Ramsey is most likely going to follow suit. Trying to at least get a little bit of value out of it before going down, but not able to. Burned Walnut with Barrage to finish things off, and Phantom Shards are going to have to recuperate themselves and make another push. Burned Walnut with an early pick onto Thunder. Where was... Okay, I guess they were rotating through the castle and Thunder was just behind everyone. Ended up getting picked off by Burned Walnut, who saw that and was able to take advantage of it. Alright, Molten's Doomfist, running around. This is kind of a... I'm not really sure what to say to this engagement. Ooh, huge punch from Molten. A lot of kills from Burned Walnut too. It's kind of just a lot going on. I don't really know what to say about any of this. Molten with a great punch to kind of target Rufel and poke them out. Both of Phantom Shard's supports are going to be in a very bad position now, and they're going to be picked off because of that. Thunder does get the early spawn with Rufel, but Meow is going to be in a later group, and it's going to be another few seconds that Phantom Shards has to wait to form another push. A lot of ultimates coming on from either side. I have a feeling I'm going to have to give up on speaking in this next fight because I will have no idea what's going on. Maybe I should practice that. Something tells me this is not the last time that's going to happen. Or maybe I'll just shout out abilities as they come out. Alright, Kitsune, EMP, something. Players dying everywhere. Oh my god, Ramsey with 3 kills. A lot of kills from Ramsey. Yeah, and they're gonna... I don't know, Phantom Shards takes that. With, I don't think as much investment either. Or maybe roughly equal, actually. Yeah, Ramsey's gonna come into the top here, ends up running straight into the enemy team, but that's not necessarily going to be a bad thing because Ramsey does have Terra Surge, which is going to allow Phantom Shards to kind of CC a group of Overwatch nerds into one place, and, you know, with all the AoE they have, they're able to just pump damage into them. My group of Overwatch nerds going to make one last push to try to stop this point from being captured, but a lot of abilities still being held by Phantom Shards, and with that, they're able to kind of snowball this into the last point and take it. And now all they have is that last checkpoint, and they will have taken all 3 points. Igniter going down early, probably pushed up too far. A little bit unfortunate for the group of Overwatch nerds. That's going to give them one more fight here, probably. Very unfortunate stagger on their part. Burned Walnut does have that barrage. It's kind of the ultimate we're going to be looking out for in this fight. Almost goes down early, but able to escape in time and get out. Very aggressive position, though. Has to watch out. Igniter is really moving up, and with good reason, it looks like, because that gun is going to find nothing but enemy players. Even walking up to try and take this battle with Thunder, going to be helped out a little bit by Molten, who is able to finish off the kill and escape. Thunder taking a forward position there, probably not expecting group of Overwatch nerds to actually punish for that, but that they do, and that's going to give Phantom Shards one last push onto here. So whoever wins this fight is probably going to take home, well, the first round, I guess. EMP comes out from Mega 10, dies immediately though. Molten's going to be able to live through that. Burned Walnut with a good barrage, gets 2 with it, but it gets slept and killed themselves. Kitsune comes out from Serendipity, and with that, I believe, yeah, Terror Surge from Molten, but I doubt even that was needed, because Igniter's going to follow up with a bunch of kills, and that's going to be the end of the first round. A group of Overwatch nerds are able to hold Phantom Shards back from taking that last checkpoint. Phantom Shards is going to take 2 yet again. Now history repeats itself. So yeah, same situation as last time. Group of Overwatch nerds are now trying to push the payload to this point in the map. And if they're able to do that, then they can take this match and start to turn things around. It's going to be tough for them because they have to win 3. Phantom Shards only has to win 1, but the reverse sweep is always possible. So we'll be looking out for that to make things interesting. Alright, bit more classic compositions actually coming up from both teams. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Molten on the Reinhardt. Reinhardt on Eichenwald is always a treat to see, given how thematically tied they are. And something's going on here. I don't really know. Burned Walnut onto the Reaper. We haven't seen that before. It's been Far or Genji, I believe. Other than that, Megaton on the Symmetra. Bit of a couple composition switches. So we'll see how this plays out. I don't really have any comments yet. Ramsey standing still to bait out the abilities and use bubble on. Ramsey's going to be probably a 80% charge, yeah. I guess the 80% charge with those engagements. Well played by them, and they have more bubbles to use as they see fit. All the way up to full charge, Ramsey going to be trying to use that to just apply a lot of pressure. Fully charged Zarya beam is very, very deadly. Serendipity is going to be caught out, unfortunately split off from the rest of their team, and Rufal's going to be able to land a grenade onto her. Now that's going to cause group of archers to have to back up here a little bit. Ramsey taking an aggressive angle still at full charge and trying to, you know, maybe find a couple of opportunities to get a pick off or just farm more energy. Molten's going to have to be really careful using fire strikes into Ramsey, because Ramsey can react to that and use them to charge his bubble. Uses one here. Gets a decent amount of charge out of it. Igniter picked off early, again by a stray grenade from Rufal. Rufal on that Junkrat, just able to find a lot of kills. Symmetra teleport comes out. Ramsey goes up top. Interesting angle. And then Burned Walnut goes down to the Junkrat Riptire. Serendipity, though, does have the Kitsune, which they can use to try and take control of this first point, but it looks like group of Overwatch nerds is not going to be able to find just with that, despite investing the Juno ult. Alright, a lot of ultimates coming online from both teams, but it definitely looks like Phantom Shards has the upper hand here with Graviton Surge, Symmetra, Proton Barrier, Nano Boost from Thunder. That's going to basically be an extra life for any teammate. And Meow with the Orbital Ray, which, yeah. RuPaul with another very early pick onto Burned Walnut. The group of Overwatch nurses just having a bad time with that Junkrat. I don't know what it is about Ruffle's grenades, but clearly they're working. Clearly something's going very right there. Alright. Molten onto the Zarya, trying to take a bit of an off angle here, it looks like. Going to have to worry about those Symmetra turrets. Kitsune comes out from Serendipity, but Graviton Surge from Ramsey to counter it, and Graviton Surge is going to win out because, you know, movement speed doesn't matter if you're stuck in one position. And that's going to be a team kill onto a group of Overwatch nurses. They're going to have one more push to make it to the point. Copy coming online for Igniter, but Thunder does have the Nano Boost again to keep them alive, so roughly equal opportunities for both teams. We'll just have to see which one uses theirs better. Alright, Copy comes out from Igniter onto the Ana, and that's going to be a huge nade with Burnt Walnut there with the follow-up. And immediately 3 of the players, 4 kills from Burned Walnut. That's going to be great. Okay, a bit of a BM grab, I think, onto Ramsey. I don't think that was very necessary. It wasn't. But, you know, whatever works. Beautiful copy from Igniter, getting so high up and then able to use the Ana Biotic Nade on the back line of Phantom Shards. Thunder with a crazy angle from the castle there. Alright, Molten onto the Doomfist as well. After using that grab. That's probably why he used it there. Because he knew he was just going to be switching right afterwards. Igniter with a shot onto Thunder. Definitely was a little bit tired of that crazy angle Thunder was hitting and wanted to show Thunder who's boss. My guess Thunder took that duel as an ego thing, and you know, that didn't go well. Unfortunately, Riptide does hit Burned Walnut, not able to be broken in time to stop it. Alright, Rufal's going to be running in with the grenades. Actually manages to pick off Igniter with them. Gets killed in the process, but... Oh. Molten gonna be caught in the trap. This is gonna be horrible for a Doomfist player, playing into the Sombra. Wait, how? Did Rufal? Yeah, Rufal just swapped. Okay, Rufal was Junkrat before. It's like, how was there a trap? Okay, a little bit less painful. Okay, but Molten's still going to be switching on to the Diva. And Ramsey's going to be onto Winton. So both sides taking a dive approach to this. Burned Walnut with the Barrage, if they're able to live through this first encampment. Just getting payload space for now, though. It's probably going to be enough. Alright, Thunder with the Nano Boost and Meow with the Orbital Ray. Justice comes from Burned Walnut, but unfortunately, Burned Walnut, guess Justice applied to him first and is not able to find anyone with it. Molten barely getting out, and Nano Boost comes out from Thunder during that fight, but, yeah, so one ultimate invested from both sides, I believe. Igniter onto the Cassidy. Okay. Alright, both Kiriko and Juno are trying to use their ultimates here, but... Oh, Serendipity almost finds that kill into Thunder, able to be finished off by Molten. Meow still has Orbital Ray to use here, which means that group of Overwatch nurses is going to have to, you know... They're going to have to find a way to live through all of these ultimates being used against them. Burned Walnut goes down pretty early on. Molten's still on payload, praying for help, and unfortunately not going to be able to find it. Too much going on for Serendipity to heal everyone, and that's going to be it. Golden Goose trying to use Orbital Ray as a final, whatever. you know what I mean. Anyways, that's going to be the final map 2. Molten not happy about really any of that, it seems like. Bird Walnut with the... Yeah, so this was the nade from Igniter. And you can just see how deadly all of that AoE was. Yeah, barely getting out alive, but being picked off in the end by Molten. And that's going to be the last match. 1-2 every single round. Going to Phantom Shards. That's consistency. Right there. And yeah, that means that Phantom Shards is going to take that first round 3-0. Although, just looking at that would be a little bit deceptive because, as you can see from the scores right here, it was not that far from swinging the other way. There was definitely a chance it could do that. All right, I think that's going to be it from me. I'm being told to maybe spectate another match if it's going on. Who's being rescheduled? Okay. I might be back later. I'm going to throw the waiting screen on. So don't go too far. There might be more matches incoming. And I will see all of you guys shortly, or not at all. Depends. All right. Goodbye. it was also every single map was a 2-1, which was kind of crazy. So they were very consistent with that. Okay. Okay, I'm going into the... You're spectating, I assume. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We're spectating another team now. This is going to be Plumbers versus Class 1A. I have...
Oh my god, Caverick.
What is my Caverick doing, bro?
That guy died instantly. Holy.
Yeah. Copy Ethan is here to help me out with this game. He is in the tournament, but his game has ended.
Yeah. I mean, Cav fell early that fight, but luckily, I mean, he gets back fast,
Yeah.
and they turned out sacrifice really quickly, so they have the advantage here, walking 4v5.
Yep, Parkalicious on that Bastion, going to be looking to find a lot of damage, but Plumber's kiting it pretty well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, trash boat.
Yeah, Trash Boat.
Taking too much damage there.
Yeah, unfortunately, was pushed into a different region than the rest of his team, and has too much. Oh, Parkalicious going on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's Caverick.
Oh my god. What is...
Oh my god! What is he doing? What is he doing?
What the...
He is a psycho. He
But
cannot
why
be
is it-
stopped.
Why does that work?
Yeah, why is it working? That's the
In
real
any
question.
world.
Why is it working? You remember like Bumper on Vancouver Titans? It looks like
Yes,
that.
yeah, that's true. That is a
Hitting it
bumper.
off cooldown.
bumper play.
I'm like a maniac.
This is why I love casual tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Because you get stuff like that. You never see that.
Definitely give the advantage to the red team here. I think having the Mei Bastion and the Rhine Mirror is just so much stronger than the Junk Genji.
That's true.
Wait, where's
Oh,
Park going?
Park.
What?
Where was Park going?
Okay.
Oh, straight down main.
Okay. Traded it out, I guess.
Caverick probably looking for a shatter here. Oh,
Oh yeah.
gets
And
it.
it's huge. And it's huge.
It's huge. It's massive. As expected.
And another pin kill.
Yep.
Yep, as expected from the GOAT.
Jay Sparks is
Staggering?
not doing anything to fight against the stagger, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Oh my god, what is happening?
It's so over.
It would be so funny if he told his team to like stand in the junk death nuts after he died, so they all die to it too.
True. Should have done that. That's okay.
A lot of ults coming up here for both teams. Can they even touch
Alright,
though?
what do you say Cav gets a pin off? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh my
And we
god.
saw the ults.
Oh my god.
and we saw the ults.
Oh my god.
And it's huge. Wait, red team could still win this. I don't doubt it. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
it was
Junkrat
looking-
getting its revenge.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Oh, Parkalicious just running
Not
too
too bad
well then.
economy-wise there. Both teams using 2 ults
Yeah.
that fight. Still have 2 in the bank. Almost 3 in Trashboat's case.
Yeah, Trashboat looking for a shatter to open this up. We'll see.
I'm
He's
sure
able to
Jack
match
wants to
that.
tire from above.
Yeah,
Tire them, like, right, drop it on their head type
definitely
thing.
looking for it. Oh, Parkalicious with the Bastion ultimate. The whatever that is. I don't actually know what it's called. Gets stunned, but gets the
Uh-oh.
Ana.
Wow, really scrappy fight.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yo, that is so messed up.
What did...
That is so messed up. Did you see that?
No, did Jack's
Jack
retire
popped
get...
tire and Cav turned around and instantly shattered him in the
That's-
animation.
That's messed up.
He could have just fire spec'd it, but nah, he had to
No.
invest the shatter. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it so much. No ults on either team here. It's a straight
Yeah.
neutral fight on this corner.
Alright, which Reinhardt's gonna get pinned off the map? I'm waiting for it. I need to see it. Oh, Caverick trying to bait it out there. Oh, Wall comes out.
Oh,
Trashboat
he'll trash boat.
doesn't?
He's 1 HP.
Trashboat doesn't go down there. I'm surprised, actually.
Oh,
Cav
they might trade
does.
Cav back. Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
Discord, so powerful.
Wow, I'm surprised that went that way instead of, you know,
Yeah.
good raccoon. Go.
What a pin kill. Looking like Caverick out there. Now that they're on third point, I think I'd have to give the advantage slightly towards the blue team now. Just because
Yeah.
there's so much height for the Genji and Jungler to play, so many angles they can come from now.
That's true. You can't really avoid the mines now.
Yeah, and there's like no really way to contest them unless you're like walling your Mei up there. But like, is that gonna happen?
Oh, ults.
A lot of ults.
Oh.
I don't really know what's happening. They're winning though.
Zaka Rice did some cool things as Genji. I saw that.
Yeah.
Not any direct kills, but a lot of chaos.
Nanoblade for Juno, not too bad of a trade, honestly.
Yeah.
Both teams have Shatter here.
That's true.
Each team having Trance and the Tire to the Mei and Bastion ult. I'd expect them to save the Trance for one of those DPS ults, hoping to block the
For
Shatter. Oh, attack from bot. Here it is. And it died. Unfortunate.
Picked up my paid. So sad.
Oh, the Trance is a little bit too late to save the Rhine.
Yeah.
Here comes Caverick. Matchday Shatter on both targets on the edge, it seems.
Oh,
Oh my god, how does he do it?
Zen was not expecting that. That was a mind game. Mind
Oh,
game
but
win.
Shadow's,
okay.
Shadow's 5 here, right? Shadow's 5? And he's 1.
Excellent, Caverick with
Oh
the-
my god.
Chasing him down,
Yeah?
showing who's boss.
Aw.
Yeah. And it's just clean up for class 1A. Damn. That's
I love that they call themselves Class 1A, it's so funny.
I know. Bro, this
You guys really should have pushed the tournament back 1 week just so Cap could get the All Might skin on Ryan.
Oh, does he not have it yet?
Yeah,
Oh no,
it comes
because
out
it's
like
not
2
out.
days after the event.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Next
You
week.
guys should have planned around that,
That's okay.
honestly.
Yeah,
What do you
I
guys
don't know
think?
what we were doing. We should have known. I mean, like, it wasn't announced or anything, but like, yeah. What are we doing?
Ready for battle.
Okay, why did I give? Okay, that is not right. Something went terribly wrong there. Okay,
What happened?
bro, I gave Class 1A 3 points instead of 2. They are not up 3-0 right now.
I mean, yeah, 2 and 3 are pretty close together on the keyboard. I get it. Pretty close in general.
Yeah.
Unless you're a math major, in which case they're infinitely far apart. But, you know. That's cringe.
They are.
Right?
Wait.
Yeah.
Right?
All numbers are infinitely far apart from other numbers.
Oh. Gosh. Yeah.
It's true.
That's
It's not
crazy.
even wrong.
Yeah. I guess. Actually.
Actually.
Alright, Ryan Mirror again. Love to see
Yep.
it.
Reaper Junk for blue team. Let's stick into the classic Bap Lucio instead of opting for the Brig Juno as it has been recently favored.
Mm-hmm.
Good being Frost from the Rhine and Bap, making it all the way to the Mega. Oh, and the J Silly instantly finding a pick. Oh, okay, the
Trash
pin
mode?
kill. Trash goat, I think.
Go. That's true.
Trying to hound down that Juno, get the final pick. Unable to find a stagger, unfortunate.
It's okay. Very fast capture from Pol.
And they're on
Polos.
Sombra. Cannot approve of this one.
Gave up that quickly.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Loki, I think Bastion's even. Wait, they stepped in the trap. I think Bastion's like better against Ryan
Yeah.
than Sombra is. You can't
Well,
really hack because you can just turn the shield around instantly and just block it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see why they go for the Sombra pick here,
Oh.
honestly. Maybe try to insta-kill the BAP? Yeah, they're trying to insta-kill the BAP on the car. Wow, what a scummy play. Waiting for the team to walk up just to spawn camp the BAP practically. Crashman's still alive somehow. Not really sure.
He was kind of just bashing around on point that whole time. Or, I guess
Yeah.
not on point, but further up.
In the fight.
Yeah.
Parker's once again looking for a sneaky assassination onto one of these supports, or maybe any stragglers in general. Blue team doing a good job of like staying close together though. Don't want to get caught up by the Sombra again.
Eyeing that raccoon for sure, though.
Yeah. Oh, good block, but not for the teammates.
Yeah.
Tower could be huge though. Yep, Tower gets two.
Ooh, okay.
It's winnable. It's so winnable actually.
Yeah, it's even on
Junk
both
on the
sides,
flank.
right?
Maybe can insta-kill the Juno. Yes, it's so winnable.
J-Sparks with the pick. Oh, almost gets...
Sombra 1 HP.
Sombra.
Get that guy. Get that Sombra. Get that Sombra.
You got this.
And they got the Mega.
Damn. Well, close.
Yeah. No, they're gonna kill the BAP again. Lucio, watch your BAP! No, Lucio, watch your BAP! Like, how is that a real character? Infinite Invis? I was so excited when they said for the mid-season patch they were gonna get rid of that, and then they pushed it back to this season. I really hope they don't like buff her damage times a million to compensate for the fact she's out of Infinite Invis.
Yeah, they will overcompensate. Oh god.
Oh, it's huge! Oh, what?
Bro,
Never mind.
I'm just watching this Sombra.
No, are we really spawn camping?
Yeah, we're spawn camping the Baptiste.
I'm gonna say something about it.
Yeah, Park. This is not very cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's evil. Oh. Yeah. Well. Oh. Parkalicious in a bit of a tough place right now. That's deserved, honestly. Thumbrous is gonna have an opening here. And J Sparks further capitalizing on that. Second.
Oh, area cleared. The area is so clear. The area is so clear. Okay, they know where the Sombra is, so their BAP should be able to.
Okay, trash boat.
Okay, goat fire strike. There we go.
Boat.
Wait, trash boat is so in there. His BAP isn't there either. Help the ride!
He charges
No,
in.
no,
Oh
no.
my god.
That's so unlucky. The BAP is pushing cars. The rank no heals. They should cap this regardless, though.
Okay, they do.
Nice. Good. That could have gotten really hair if they didn't.
Oh my god. House 1A has all of their ultimates.
Yeah. Are they the type to EMP shatter?
I think so. I think so.
I'm a big unbeliever in that. I think it's unsportsmanlike.
They're preparing for it. Right there. Boom, boom. Yep. Instant fight win.
I mean, to be fair, they did use 3 ults for it,
That's
just for
true.
Windows. If I'm blue team, I honestly...
That's true.
I hate EMP shatter so much to the point where if my Sombra calls it in ranked, I will actively not shatter.
That's honestly real. That's incredibly
Because like it's just
no. What is my
Divine 1v1.
Parkalicious doing?
Like, and we're corny.
Yep.
Yep.
Good job, J Sparks.
Deserved. J Sparks on the rat watch.
Oh.
Wow, Solstice went flying. That is crazy.
That character.
I think they really need to stop leaving their BAP alone on car. They need to leave the Reaper on car.
That's true.
Because one, their teammates healing, and the BAP is such an easy target for me. And we're on Mauga. Like, can we sink any lower, honestly?
Jesus, Cav.
We asked for Reinmir, and then we went Mauga Sombra. Like, come on. That's not real.
No.
Villainous activities, if you will.
Is this what the heroes are like? Yeah.
Exactly, man. Like, I'd rather be a villain if this is what the heroes are. Oh, good beat re-engage. Good beat push. They're stripped instantly off this Reinhardt, though.
Solstice is able to get out? Maybe? Kind of?
Oh. No. Oh, wait. Still winnable. Oh, my god.
Oh,
Sacrifice.
area
Popping
cleared.
off. 4K.
Area cleared.
Area is so clear. They keep him up, though. Uh-oh.
Never dies. J Sparks trying to defend.
If they get the kill on Cav here, it's actually not too bad, but
Looks like they're going to.
Nice. It's so winnable. They need to stabilize. They really need to stabilize here. With the help here with Lucio.
God.
Oh no. Okay,
J
fight right now.
Sparks
Fight
falls
right.
off the
Fuck with your pop.
Tracer.
We're so uncoordinated.
Tracer with the short.
Oh, it's big though. It's so huge though.
Shatter. Tired.
What is happening?
why is Mauga on Reinhardt's head? Oh my god.
Oh, Mauga won. So winnable. So winnable.
Sacrifice with the cleanup on the Tracer.
Oh my god. QTP
Oh
Suzu
my
through the
God.
wall. Gotta love it. Living so long. How are we not killing her? Wow.
Oh, no,
1
that was
second
that.
off of the cap for each team. That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy. Pretty evenly matched. I gotta give the win there to Plumbers though, just because of the circumstances. No.
Have you watched My Hero or no?
No, I haven't.
I only watched the first 3
I'm not a
seasons.
knower. Yeah, I've heard
I'm,
you kind of stopped
I'm like barely a knower.
Yeah, I don't know. My roommates were saying watch the first 2 seasons, and that's all you need. I don't really know much though.
Let the new gen heroes do the work, he says.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, wait. I need to like keep track of who. Okay, whatever.
They're still on Sombra.
Really? They're starting like that? That's crazy.
Like, do we have no shame?
None. Okay.
Okay, we're on the Ryan mirror again.
Okay.
Both teams sticking pretty much the same comp, except Pied on the Ashe now. And we're spawn camping on Sombra again.
Oh,
Looking for the
geez.
early pick. It's so corny.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, Kavik dying though.
Oh, that's big.
A huge pick.
Yeah, huge spawn advantage from Almost. I just have to not die here.
Yeah, Sacrifice come back on the Symmetra.
I
I
think they'll be
honestly
good.
really like this pick. You can get your
That's true.
Reinhardt a bunch of those cheeky on high ground spots, or go really deep with it.
Oh,
TP.
Raccoon does get peeled from the Sombra this time. That's
We got Peel.
Let's
We
go.
got Peel. We're so back. We're so
go.
back. You really know. Solstice is up
Solstice,
here on
yeah.
the flank though.
they don't really have a lot of high
I
ground
think it could be
mobility.
huge.
Raccoon in a very tough position there.
Oh,
A bit too much.
check out the one though. Trying to go Kavik too. Trying to get this late kill. Unfortunate. It could be Ana though. Not the end of the world. The Ana probably won't be able to get that high ground set up again. She'll
Yeah.
have to play back to Hotel, I'd assume.
Yeah, if they can rush that.
Sombra once again camping out in the enemy spawn, looking for an early kill. Really cheesy. Good TP onto the upper. That's great work. Alusu didn't take it, and Alusu's gonna die for it. Oh, we save him though. Big lamp. No, just take the TP.
Oh, Kavrik with a shatter, but gets killed? Yes. No lamp though for the Ryan. Oh, Ryan barely dies there. Oh,
What is happening?
Winnable?
It actually is winnable.
The Raccoon hold. Sacrifice coming back. Onto the Juvo. 1 HP.
Oh my god, the 1v1 of the century.
The Bob is rough though.
Can they touch again? They need to touch again. Hit in there. I believe. Yes.
Shatter.
He's hacked, but he can shatter. Yes, Sombra. Shatter.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, J Sparks. The lamp is so good too. The lamp is so good.
Yep.
Okay, J Sparks. Let's
They're
go.
cleaning that up. Let's go. They pushed through that. That was crazy. Yeah, talk about scrappy contests. Oh my god. Oh, they have to stay on cart though.
Yeah, they cannot be C9ing this. That would be tragic.
Yeah. We'll not let them.
It's actually not bad. They have a lot of ults. Ark still unable to farm up the EMP after 2 minutes of play because they're just trying to spawn camp somebody, not doing damage.
Damn.
If the Tire gets any picks here at all, it's actually fight winning.
J-Spark's picking out the Sombra.
Yeah, it's actually very impressive.
Oh,
Trying to swing and blow up
scary,
Kavik.
scary.
Yeah, Sacrifice able to force the Ashe off high ground though. I mean, honestly, taking that, I take the trade. Window for space, you get so much space now. Kavik's still forced so low. They need to kite this a little bit. Hopefully, get the Tire off to get a pick, maybe in the Juno when they're rushing at them. No, the repeaters are so huge. Unfortunate.
Higher from J-Sparks, but not enough. So sad.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
4-3. Switching sides.
Who is messaging me? Oh my god.
The age-old question.
It's AP.
Initiating match.
Hello.
It's what?
AP. I think he does casting for CS.
Ah.
He's also like chill, you know. It's cool. All right. Overtime for plumbers completed. They were able to get 1 point out of it.
Yeah, not bad. Hey man, I'm calling as I see it, okay?
No, I
I
get
speak
it,
no
I get it.
lies. I
You're
speak
right.
no
You're
lies.
so right. You're so right. I'm unpied for this first interaction.
UK if Golden Goose is pulled into the casting channel, he just wants to sit in and be mute.
Yeah, that's totally fine. He can talk to, honestly.
Got you.
It does not matter.
He says you can talk if you want to, Ryan.
Yeah, you're good. Wait, are you like spectating?
Yeah, I am mad at him. The mate
Yeah, I'm
jump on the
expecting.
defense here. Looking pretty good. What are your opinions on Sombra, Ryan? Is it an honest character?
As an Ana player, I fucking hate her.
Bro. Mhm.
Yeah. I think that's the
Yeah.
general community sentiment.
That's troll.
Yeah.
Especially with
I'm a
Infinite
Pharaoh.
Invis.
Yeah, I know, dude. Infinite Invis is so cheesy. The Farragut
I
is
would've
such
gotten-
a good pick.
We would have gone Ana more, but we knew that they played Sombra, so it was just not an option.
Traffic falling so low. What's happening?
Maverick is not in a good place right now.
Blue team is so split. What is happening?
I don't know. Both teams are kind of like all over the place.
Ew! Just must kill the Pharaoh mid-air. Okay, goat.
Oh, I didn't see it. No. I wish.
Good stabilization. Only down one, and it's Lucio who gets back the fastest. Do not tell me the Sombra is going to spawn camp the Lucio.
Oh my god.
Do not tell me. Do not tell me.
Judging Park. Yeah.
You are so corny. You are so
That's-
corny.
No. That's hey what? Okay. Like this is a casual tournament. Why are we tryharding like this?
It's just so lame. Like, let the guy play the video game.
Yeah. It's still there. Again.
Yep.
Again.
No, like, this is so cringe.
Like, hello? Can we have any sort of like?
There's a certain word I used to refer to Sombra players. It starts with a P and ends with a file. And we're going back to the kill the Lucio
Yeah.
again. Yeah, like, is this
The
real?
commitment is
Is this
unreal.
real?
Okay.
No, like, that's
No.
actually unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Is that just me? Is that just me?
No.
We swung
No,
the guy
no, no,
3
no.
times. Like,
No, no, no.
please.
Yeah. This is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm honestly I'm praying that Plumbers wins this.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like praying.
It's gonna be so hard without any supports, though.
Yeah.
Trashboat can touch. Maybe you can farm Shadow with. They're almost there.
They're close to a Blizzard too, which could turn pretty quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they're
Kevin in
made
bad
so
place.
far.
Oh, Justice.
No.
No, please. Window. Get on point.
Oh, good pick. And we're corny.
No. No, you know what? Plumbers wins in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a win for Plumbers.
Play of the game.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Disappointed in that one, honestly.
Do they have one more map? Oh shit, I should know.
Nah.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Is that the last team that's playing? I think so. I think we just go after this. Maybe other people are playing. Yeah, are they playing? Okay, who else?
Let's look at the match results. No, I don't think so, because there are...
Okay.
Actually, there could be one more, right? Unless they're just like posting match results, because there should be 5 matches, and there's 3 results. We just saw 1 finish. So there could be one more going on, actually.
Do you know who hasn't submitted it? Oh, it would be
Grizz and Hinksun submitted, me and Drew submitted, Alistair and Aiden submitted, and then Cav and Featherbath is typing right now, so it would appear that they
okay.
won, or
Okay, that's all right.
are putting in results.
Well, that's it, I guess.
Can we all react with corny emojis when
Yes.
Cav posts the match
yeah,
results?
yeah. I'm so down. I'm so down.
Thank you.
Hold on.
A lot of 3-0s.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it was a 2-3.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Should have been watching that one.
True. Then we wouldn't have had to subject ourselves to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But at least the world now knows about the injustices
That's
that
true.
were committed
They were
there.
broadcast live on twitch.tv/Cal Poly Esports. Okay, well. I like that Go Cal Poly message in Twitch. Yes, I'm rooting for Cal Poly personally. Tomato. Okay. I think we're gonna go now. Dude, I don't think there's much more to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching the beginning matches. Pull up for the next ones. They're always Sunday at 7 p.m. So yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.